Let's see how to use getters and setters in Java. In Java, we need to make important variables as private, which is called data hiding or encapsulation. If the variable is not private, it can be accessed from anywhere and can be modified, which is not the best practice. To provide the security to the important variables, we use private access modifier. So the only way to access the private variables is using getter and setter methods. Thus, data hiding is important and best practice for the security of the program, and this can be achieved using getters and setters method. So let's see how to use these getters and setters methods to achieve the data hiding or encapsulation. First, let's create a class named getter and setter. Now I am going to declare a private variable string employee name and integer employee ID. To access these private variables, we need getter and setter methods. In IntelliJ, you can just right click and generate getter and setter methods. So your getter and setter methods will be automatically generated. For each variable, you have a get method and set method. You can see here get employee name, set employee name, get employee ID, set employee ID. We saw how to generate getter and setter automatically, but let's learn how to create it by ourselves. So I will delete all these methods and create it manually. First, let's create set employee name. The naming convention should be you have to give the method name as set and the variable name. So in this set method, you will just declare the local variable. This will be same as the class variable employee name. Inside the method, we will just give this keyword to reference the instance variable or class variable to differentiate the variable name, because you are giving method variable as employee name and class variable is also employee name. To differentiate this, we are giving this keyword. Now let's create get employee name method. So this method should not be void, because in the get method we are going to return a variable, so we will give it as string. Here if you see the class variable private string employee name, and inside the set employee name method this dot employee name, both are in same color, but string employee name is not in the same color. To differentiate the class variable and method variable, we are using this keyword. Similarly, we will create set method and get method for employee ID. We will be replacing the string with integer because employee ID is a number. To see the use of getter and setter methods, let's create another class called main, where we will call the getter and setter methods. Create the main method. Inside this, we have to create the object of getter and setter class. Using this object, we have to call the getter and setter methods. So in the set employee name, I will give any name here. Then I will call the get employee name method to get the value from the set name method. Similarly, let's do it for employee ID. So I have given the name as James and employee ID as 567. To get the employee name and employee ID, we can use the print statement. I will just give system.out.println. Now let's run this program and see the result. The employee name and the employee ID are printed in the console. Thus, we access the private variables using getter and setter methods, following the best practices of data hiding or encapsulation.